morning everyone. My name is Vijay Gupta and you are watching biology classes. So students, in this class of biology, today I am going to start your new topic, that is sexual reproduction. As you know that currently I am making all my videos for my 12th students. In my last videos, I started a new chapter, that is your chapter number 1, Reproduction in Organism. In this lecture, I will describe the topic sexual reproduction of your chapter number 1. So let's start the video. First of all, what the sexual reproduction is, what about the definition? Sexual reproduction is a process in which male and female gamete fuse together and to form a zygote. Simply, the male consists of male gamete while the female consists of female gamete. Male gamete is generally sperm in animals and female gamete is generally ovum. Both are fused together and the phenomenon is known as fertilization. And as the result of fertilization, a diploid zygote is formed. So, it is the basic concept about the sexual reproduction. Now, what the definition is? Sexual reproduction is the process in which new organisms are created. It is very important as the result of reproduction that new organisms are produced after the reproduction. So, during sexual reproduction, new organisms are created or produced by combining the genetic information of two individuals. The male passes its chromosome and also the female passes its chromosome. Both the chromosomes of male and female and fuse together, means they are passing their genetic information into the zygote. So, during sexual reproduction, the genetic information passes from two individuals. Both the individuals, one is male, another is female, of different sexes, and both have different sex. Male is different and female is different. So, during sexual reproduction, male and female passes their genetic information and to form a zygote, and this zygote develops into an embryo. The phenomenon is known as fertilization. Now, I will describe the definition with the help of this diagram. Now, as you can see, there are two objects in the nature, male and female. Male consists of male gametes, which is also known as a sperm. Here I made the diagram of a sperm. It is a sperm. It is the head of a sperm, it is the middle part, and this one is the tail. So, it is the sperm or the male gamete which produces inside the body of male in their genital organs. Now, just like that, the female consists of female gametes, and which is known as ovum or the egg. Both are haploid, means n number. Both consist of 23 chromosomes in case of human beings. Now, after the formation of gametes, the fusion of gamete takes place, and the fusion of male and female gametes takes place, and the phenomenon is known as fertilization. During fertilization, the sperm penetrates the wall of ovum and enters inside the ovum. Now, inside the ovum, the nuclei of both the sexes, male and female, fuse together, and the result of fertilization, a diploid zygote is formed. So, the fusion of male and female is termed as fertilization, and after fertilization, a diploid zygote is formed, which consists of 46 chromosomes in case of human being. Now, 23 from sperm means from the father, and 23 from the ovum means from the mother. Thus, our first cell of the body, that is known as zygote, consists of total 46 chromosomes, 23 from the sperm and 23 from the ovum. It is the phenomena of the formation of zygote. Now, this zygote divides. The division of zygote is known as cleavage, which I will describe in my later videos. So, the zygote divided means a simple cell division in zygote takes place. As the result, a multicellular embryo is produced, and this embryo develops into the new organism. So, it was all about the sexual reproduction. Here I wrote about something about the sexual reproduction. These are the key points. So, start with number 1. Sexual reproduction requires two organisms. As you can see here, sexual reproduction, it requires male and female, means it requires two organisms. The second one is each organism has specialized sex cells called the gametes. Both the sexes, either male or female, both have specialized sex cells which are known as gametes, and the formation of gametes takes place inside the genital organs of male and female. So, each organism has specialized cells known as the gametes. In case of animals, animals have sperm, as you can see in the diagram, that is a sperm. Animals have sperm as a male gamete and ovum as a female gamete. So, as we know that sperm is the male gamete while the ovum is the female gamete. So, now plants, in case of plants and generally in case of higher plants, plants have the pollen. In case of higher plants, the pollen grains are the male gamete which produces inside the stamen of androecium. So, These are the pollen grains, also known as a sperm, and the ovule, which is found inside the gynoecium, the ovule or egg, that is the female gamete. So in plants, the pollen grains are the male gamete, while the ovule is the female gamete. Now the next is during fertilization. As I told you before, during fertilization, male and female gametes fuse together. So during fertilization, male and female gametes fuse together and to form a diploid zygote, As you can see here, it is a zygote and which is diploid. Now finally, the zygote develops and to form an embryo. Now the zygote this zygote will divide by the cleavage or by the cell division and develops into a multicellular embryo. So it was all about the sexual reproduction. So now students, now we will talk about the phases of life cycle. All the organisms which reproduce sexually have main 3 phases in their life cycle. Number 1 is juvenile phase or the young phase. Number 2, reproductive phase, when the organism reproduce, and last one is senescent phase, when the organism loses the capacity of reproduction. So now I will describe all the 3 phases. So first one is juvenile phase. Juvenile means the young phase, when an organism do not mature sexually and unable to reproduce or unable to reproduce sexually, then it is known as a juvenile phase. So as you can see in the definition, it is the period of growth. So juvenile phase is the period of growth after birth in an individual organism and before it meets reproductive maturity. Before the reproductive maturity, the phase is known as the juvenile phase, when an organism is unable to reproduce because their sexual organs or their gonads are not properly developed, or the gamete formation, gametogenesis does not takes place inside the body of an organism. That particular stage of life is known as the juvenile phase. Now the next one is reproductive phase. Reproductive phase is the time when an organism is totally capable for the sexual reproduction, means it has the fully matured sex organs, the gamete production, the gametogenesis, the spermatogenesis or the oogenesis. So the gamete formation takes place inside the body. Now it is fit or it is able for the sexual reproduction. That particular time of life cycle is known as the reproductive phase. So reproductive phase, it is the time when an organism reproduces sexually, means when it is capable for the sexual reproduction, then this phase is known as reproductive phase. Now the last phase of the life, that is the senescent phase, when the organism grow older and unable to reproduce sexually. So it is the time, senescent phase is the time when an organism grow older. Now the organism grow older and loses the reproductive capacity, means it is unable to reproduce sexually, so it loses its capacity of sexual reproduction. This particular phase of life is known as the senescent phase. So I described all the 3 phases, all the 3 stages of the life cycle. These are juvenile phase, reproductive phase and senescent phase, and I hope everything is very clear to all of you. Okay student, so in this lecture it was all about the sexual reproduction. In my later videos I will complete this topic, because this topic consists of numerous parts. There are many small segments of this topic, so I will make my videos on these topics in my further videos. So keep watching. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.